Welcome to AutoSens, the world's leading community for ADAS and autonomous vehicle technology development. We create best-in-class events, training, and information to connect the global community of scientists, engineers, and other automotive industry experts. One such expert joining us today is Sahil Potnis, Vice President of Product and Partnerships at Digital Divide Data. And Sahil, welcome to AutoSens. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Carl. It's good to be here. I'm joining from the Detroit area in Michigan. Thanks for having me.
Indeed, my friend. So Digital Divide Data, also known as DDD. So Sahil, can you give us an introduction to DDD? And then further to that, tell us a little bit about your role there and some of your prior experience in the automotive industry.
Absolutely, I would love to. So Digital Divide Data, or as we say, DDD, it's been established for more than 20 plus years. We are headquartered in New York, here in the US, but we do have a global presence across in Southeast Asia, India, and Africa. So we primarily, when we started, the work that DDD did was in data digitization, data transcription services, which was fundamental, to how the industry was evolving in the early 2000s and in the next decade. In the last few years, DDD has ventured itself into advanced technology fields, such as autonomous vehicles, autonomy more in general, defense technologies, and generative AI. And we primarily provide human-in-the-loop staffing augmentation services to essentially data processing and end-to-end value data chain across these different industries. And my specific role, Carl, to your question, I lead the product development and partnerships here at DDD. So primarily, I'm responsible for building different business verticals in these new technologies that we talked about. Now, given my specific experience in autonomous vehicles, before I lead a lot of autonomy development here at DDD. Focused around the autonomy and automotive practice, and that's going to be the key presence we're going to have at AutoSens this year. Having said that, Carl, in the last 10 years, I primarily worked in the space of autonomous vehicles, managing different engineering and operational teams. So I'm very excited to use my experience from the past in the actual technical industry to solving these newer problems, where we can adapt to and learn from the industry trends and see what fits the best to the industries out there.
With that as a baseline, Sahil, let's talk about the breadth of human-in-the-loop capabilities and then specifically what DDD offers the automotive and autonomy practice.
Absolutely, would love to. So, Carl, one of the things that we have observed in this industry, in the past few months that I've been here and even before that, is that the solutions that you'll find in this space are very, micro unit level solutions that, either you can get on, let's say, data annotations or building, simulations. But nobody is really solving for end-to-end, data value chain problems. So we really took that opportunity and, repositioned ourselves to be providing all the way from your initial research and development of your technology to deploying these solutions out in the market and then scaling them over a period of time. So specifically speaking, Digital Divide Data or DDD, we provide, your machine learning model development solutions. We work on scenario services for building log-based or synthetic simulations for autonomous development. We're also venturing newly into the space of fleet operations. So that essentially involves remote teleoperations, providing operational intelligence for advanced driver assistance systems, so on and so forth. And then last but definitely not the least is the product verification validation. When it comes to deploying your actual technology out in the market, commercializing it, that becomes extremely important to understand where you are in your safety realm, where you are in your reliability, and so on. So these are the different, very broad capabilities that we provide. And we are again trying to solve for interface challenges, meaning it's not just a specific task of processing the data, but also how the data comes into your system or the workflow how does it get out, and how does it eventually make your autonomy safe and reliable. We focus on all of that.
Of course, of course. Sahil, how does DDD differentiate itself then from all of the global competition in this area?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think that's rather a relevant one because there are a number of companies around in this space that try to claim, doing a lot of the things that I mentioned before. But we have some unique differentiators when it comes to DDD, and it's not just autonomy solutions, but everything that we do within the boundaries of, processing the data. The very first one is that we are not specific to any particular platform or tool chain. So we are completely platform agnostic. We have fantastic relationships with a lot of global leading tool chain companies, so we can bring in any platform, any technology that you would like for us to use, and then we can build a completely integrated one-shop stop solution for tackling your particular data problem. The second one is, we take very much pride on being a social impact organization. So most of our workforce is, employed either in Africa, in Southeast Asia, and they come from underprivileged, societies. So we give them a full-time job, which helps them to get experience to the industry, build their skill set while they're going through their education and graduation and so on. So we thrive on this impact sourcing model as these employees come in. And that really gives us an edge over some of the other gig economies where, you do a job, you do one task and you're done. You're not really invested in the company. So that's our second key differentiator when we bring, out to the market. The third one, which I mentioned a couple of times before, but I would like to re-emphasize this, it's really about end-to-end, value, right? So it's not about one particular task in your workflow. And all these tasks or workflows, especially that we talk about, they're pretty complicated, intricate, and industry specific. So if you don't really understand, what data you're inputting, let's say for a product verification validation workflow, and what data goes out of it to, for example, let's say, build a safety case, then it really defeats the purpose and it makes the whole workflow, less efficient. So we really take, again, pride and thrive on building that end-to-end value chain using our solution architects and people who are really expert in understanding how the systems work. That's the third one. And the fourth one, which may be a little bit standard, but also very important to mention, is the data security and quality compliance. So we are, SOC 2, ISO, TSAC, GDPR, HIPAA, NIST certified. And that really helps us to keep our operational delivery centers, secure, compliant, and focus on the top-notch quality when it comes to delivering data to the client.
We're speaking with Sahil Potnis, Vice President of Product and Partnership at Digital Divide Data, often written as DDD for short. And with all of the advancements in generative AI and agentic AI, with all of the advancements in that space, how does DDD approach this evolving nature of human-supported capabilities?
Yeah, that's a very it's a complicated question, but definitely the one that we have our eyes on because it's not a thing that's going to come in the future. It's already present. I've been to a few global events earlier this year, and the rate at which the Gen AI and the agentic AI into the physical AI is moving is crazy, right? And I think it will be a little, insufficient to say that we are not prepared for that. So essentially, I think, when it comes to Gen AI or building any sort of automation in the human in the loop workflows, you also need humans to verify and validate that automation, right? It's important to understand that. So we are not only providing, sort of manual services to the capabilities that I just talked before, but it's also validating the efficacy of how effective these different, generative AI and automation services that are coming in, are going to play a role. So we also independently work with different enterprises around the world to build their Gen AI, agentic AI capabilities, but we take that experience and apply it to the autonomy and automotive sector to understand what really our clients need to go from a full manual workflow to a semi-autonomous to a fully autonomous workflow. And we do that in lockstep, and we're perfectly comfortable in saying that, look, today if we are giving you a semi-manual workflow, let's say, for example, for building your machine learning annotations, but your goal in the next 6 months or 1 year is to build a fully automated workflow, with automatic labels and everything that goes around with it, we can be, a trusted partner with you in that journey. We'll help you to build that technology, we'll help you to build verification around it. And at the end of the day, it's all a win-win situation. We grow with you, you grow with us, and you get your things done in the time you want to get it done. So, everyone wins that way.
Of course, of course. And you will be with us for AutoSense USA 2025. What can attendees look forward to from DDD's presence at AutoSense? And then conversely, what are you looking to take away from the event?
Yeah, so as you said, Carl, we are going to be at AutoSense. We'll have a team of 3 individuals joining us here in Detroit. So we will be there at booth 307. We're exhibiting our capabilities. So please come and talk to us. Even if your work is remotely within the space we do, but if you're interested in how we can help you speed up your product development journey, please come and talk to us. So we'll be there on all the 3 days exhibiting on the floor. But along with that, I'm also going to be moderating a roundtable on day one. I believe it's just before the welcome, drinks and dinner that we do. And my topic is going to be about how do we validate autonomy, and what has been the role of data so far in validating autonomy, and how has it changed from just physical data that you get from the platform to synthetic data, to using, wide variety of simulations, and so on. So the discussion is going to be very intriguing if you're interested in understanding the regulatory, sort of landscape around it, what different technologies exist around it, and how does DDD, coming back to your previous question, we still play a sort of significant role in that whole ecosystem around the data curation for validation of an autonomous system. So please come and join us. We also have a very interesting news, briefing that's going to come out in the coming days about our fleet operation capabilities. So also keep an eye out for that from the AutoSense media, and we'll go from there.
Fantastic. Sahil Potnis, Vice President of Product and Partnerships for Digital Divide Data, often written as DDD for short. A pleasure to have you with us. Looking forward to seeing you in person in Detroit for AutoSense USA 2025, June 10th through the 12th at the Huntington Place downtown in the Motor City. Until then, friend, thank you for being with us virtually.
Thank you, Carl. Thanks again for your time today. If any of you would like to get a meeting with me or our group, please send us an email to sahil.potnis@digitaldividedata.com. We'd be more than happy to talk to you and figure out a solution that works for autonomy and for automotive. Over to you, Carl.
For more information on DDD and to find out more about our upcoming events, see the links in the description or visit auto-sense.com. That's auto-sense.com. And for more in-depth interviews like this, subscribe to the AutoSense YouTube channel and follow AutoSense on LinkedIn. In Detroit, on behalf of AutoSense, I'm Carl Anthony.